Welcome back to the deep dive. So today we're looking at that internal battle, that anguish you feel when you're facing a temptation you already know is a bad idea.
Right. And we've got two just classic examples, the Greek hero Odysseus and the biblical judge Samson.
And we're trying to unpack why one of them survived the trap while the other just completely fell apart.
It's such a great comparison because both men knew exactly what they were getting into. So to start, we have Homer's Odyssey. It's this epic story of Odysseus trying to get home, right?
20 years.
20 years of trials at sea. And one of the most famous is his run-in with the sirens.
Okay, let's start there. The sirens. And these aren't the beautiful mermaids we see in movies.
No, not at all. The source material describes them as terrifying, half-human, half-bird creatures.
And their song was lethal. Odysseus knew if he heard it, it would lure him and his crew to their deaths.
He knew it was a trap, but what's so fascinating is his strategy. He didn't just, trust his own willpower to get through it.
No, he used reason. He built a system.
Exactly. He has his crew plug their ears with wax so they can't hear a thing. But for himself, he wants to hear it. So he orders them to tie him to the mast.
And to tie him tightly. He tells them, no matter how much I beg or scream, do not let me go.
And of course, the second he hears that song, he just loses his mind.
He's struggling, screaming at them to change course, to go towards the sound. His spirit, his desire is totally gone. It's completely yielded.
But his body can't follow. He's bound.
So his anguish isn't just a tough moment. It's this violent collision, right, between that overwhelming desire and the unbreakable structure he set up beforehand.
And that's the key. His strength wasn't in resisting the song. It was in admitting he couldn't resist it and binding himself first.
Which is such a stark contrast to Samson.
A complete contrast. With Samson, you see this paradox, this man with, supernatural strength, who just keeps making these small compromises.
Yeah, the sources talk about him visiting a prostitute in Gaza, which is deep inside enemy Philistine territory. It's a huge spiritual compromise.
A massive one. But then, right after, he performs this incredible feat. He rips the city gates of Gaza right out of the ground.
Posts, bolts, the whole thing, and carries them 40 miles uphill. It was like a trophy.
He was making a statement that Philistine power meant nothing to him. But you can see he's teetering right on the boundary of his Nazirite vow.
That seems to be the fatal flaw, doesn't it? He saw the place of temptation, and he chose to stay, to play with it.
Which leads him straight to Delilah.
And her temptation is totally different. It's not force. It's not even really money at first. She uses love.
Right. She twists everything. She takes his sacred vow, the very source of his identity and his faith, and she frames it as a lack of love.
She says, you don't love me if you won't tell me your secret.
And it's not just a single attack. It's a war of attrition. The text says she nagged him daily.
Just constant emotional pressure.
Until he was, and this is a quote, distressed to the point of death.
So his anguish isn't that quick, violent struggle like Odysseus had. It's a slow burn. It's the suffering of someone who knows he has to leave.
He knows. She's betrayed him 3 times already at this point.
But he stays. And he gets to this point of, spiritual exhaustion. He just has nothing left.
Yes. And that's when he gives up his truth, his secret, for her false heart. He says it himself, I will become weak and be like any other man.
His strength disappears only after he makes that internal choice to give up what made him distinct.
So when you look at them both, the lesson is really in how they chose to defend themselves.
Odysseus knew he was weak, so he bound himself. He used an external structure. Samson believed he was strong enough to indulge his weakness. It was spiritual pride.
And he ended up asleep in the lap of the very thing that would destroy him.
Which I think leaves a really powerful thought for you listening.
That anguish you feel when you're facing down a temptation, maybe it isn't proof that you're fighting well.
Maybe it's just the final warning sign that your boundaries are about to collapse.
So the question to ask yourself is, what's your mast? What's the binding? A safety measure completely outside of your own strength that you need to put in place today to stay anchored.